Hi, I'm Monica Pearson. Welcome to the Assembly Studios Gala Special. We're celebrating history in the making with the launch of Assembly Studios, Georgia's newest and most expansive studio complex. Tonight, I'll be interviewing, along with my colleagues Ella Dorsey and Craig Lucy, music stars, celebrities, TV industry leaders, and more. Join me as we gather together for a night of fun and a look at what's ahead.
For everybody at home, scene setter real quick. As we mentioned earlier, this is a 400-foot long red carpet.
So let me take a moment to welcome you to the Assembly. I welcome you to the Assembly Studios opening gala. It is thrilling to me to look out and see so many of you here dressed to the nines, to celebrate the grand opening of a very special place. This particular piece of dirt has meant so much to so many for so many years. It is part of Georgia through its past as the General Motors assembly plant for 73 years. And now, in its new role as a film and television studio in the new economy that Georgia has forged since 2008. Assembly is a dream, and tonight, it's a dream come true.
Assembly Studios didn't just happen overnight. Let's take a look at how 135 acres transformed into a studio space of an astounding 250,000 square feet. In 1946, construction began on the GM assembly plant in Doraville, Georgia. 2 years later, the plant opened under the name Buick Oldsmobile Pontiac.
General Motors had been here since 1946 and a long history in the Atlanta area and major producer of cars here. But in 2008, they shut the plant down. And from that time, it went dormant. It was always the idea that they wanted some kind of mixed use project here. They recognized the value of 165 acres. So that led to September 2014. That's when we closed. That first year, we began to get ready for the demolition. So there was almost a 4 million square foot plant that resided on this site. That's near 90 acres. So if you think about the enormous size of that building and what happened here, the number of cars and so forth, was a series of buildings, and we had to take that down. It's always been thought about as a location that a major company could come relocate to.
Third Rail Studios rolled open their elephant doors in 2016. This 130,000 square foot film studio is just the beginning for this area, but the original plans hit a roadblock along the way. Gray Television had a plan in mind. The Georgia-based media company purchased Assembly Yards in 2021 and renamed it Assembly. 1 year later, Gray began building Assembly Atlanta, a 135-acre mixed-use community. 22 sound stages for Georgia's booming television and film industry, amenities for the public to enjoy, and room to create much more.
We're creating studios where people are going to come in throughout the world and create stories and movies and TV shows, and we'll have restaurants and hotels, and we're connecting and creating a community where people can work, live, sleep, play.
The relationship with Assembly it will only provide an enhanced experience to our tenants. Provided we have new amenities, production services provided by one of the most renowned studios, NBC Universal Production Services, will be here managing the site, and we will benefit from all of that. Our clients will benefit from having them.
The facilities are absolutely state-of-the-art. We've never seen anything like this. This is unbelievable.
Wait till the world gets a hold of what Georgia really is, because it's a special place on this planet.
Coming up, Ella Dorsey shares why Assembly Studios is so unique.
Assembly Atlanta is for everybody. We're building world-class facilities in terms of sound stages, but in terms of development, it's going to be world-class.
On Assembly's main boulevard, you'll find buildings that will teleport you to different parts of the world.
Sometimes you need to have a shot in New Orleans. We have it. You need to have a shoot on the Upper East or Upper West Side or Brooklyn in New York. We've got it. You might need to have a shoot in Europe, in London, in Paris, in Barcelona.
And we'll have more sights and sounds from the gala.
Our company is a family company, and it's been built on building relationships and having a good time. And this is a legacy project. To be able to bring a team together with that goal has been amazing.
It is also exciting that we have so many people walking through the red carpet and enjoying tonight's activities out here.
The sun is setting, the lights are on, I can hear the music in the background. We are just getting started on tonight.
Are you guys having fun?
So what do you think of this operation?
It's really cool. It's impressive. You know, we built a little bit of a development of our own right around our new ballpark, Truist Park. It's not so new. We've been there for 7 years, but we know what it's like to put something up. And it's really incredible to walk up on this and see what they've done here in such a short time, too.
You know, 3 years, I guess it's short 3 years from ideation to reality, but we're finally here and almost done with phase one and excited to show everybody all the work that everyone's been putting in. We've got a great team around this whole project.
From the beginning of the Assembly Atlanta project, developers had one thing in mind: Georgia.
When we started this, we went out, we got Georgia-based architects, Georgia-based engineers. Our construction firms are from here. Actually, the steel even came from Georgia, right down in Scottsdale, Georgia.
On any given day, you will find upwards of 1,100 people working at Assembly Atlanta, fueling jobs now and for the future.
The individuals and the families and the communities that are impacted by what's going on out here, it's an immediate impact felt now, but it's also an all-encompassing for years to come.
Georgians on the job working all kinds of trades: electrical, concrete, steel. You will find it all on this construction site.
I've done a lot of big buildings, but this thing here is a bucket. This is a bucket list.
From day one, Jay Gibson came to us and said, I've got an idea. And our mission was to illustrate the idea of the idea. So we put pen to paper. My mission every day is how do we stay true to what the dream, the vision of this mission is. We don't compromise at all on what the experience, what the look, the finish, what it's going to be for people boots on the ground every day.
Opportunities across the 135 acres are endless, and the future of filming here is bright.
It's going to be energy for Doraville, for the city of Atlanta, and for all of Atlanta to come and experience and be a part of.
We have a lot to be proud of. We're just a small drop in the bucket here, but we're, the newest, shiniest one right now. So let's show the world what we can do here in Georgia.
Tell me what the opening of something like the Assembly, right? One of the biggest 22 sound stages, right? Blockbuster films from here. What does it mean for the Georgia film community?
It's a huge impact on the Georgia film community in a lot of ways. I mean, just looking at the front of the facades that we built out, it's probably going to be the best facility in the country. And it just shows Gray's commitment to film here in the state of Georgia. It's here to stay and not temporary.
It's only going to get bigger.
It's only going to get bigger.
Give us your reaction tonight seeing this red carpet and seeing Assembly now come to life.
Transformational moment. Gravitational shift in the film and movie production industry, a major accomplishment here in DeKalb County.
With NBC Universal leasing 70% of these studios, I just can't wait to see what unfolds in terms of what kind of production from all over the world that we're going to see right here in Atlanta.
Journalistically, I mean, this is exciting for Atlanta. What's good for Atlanta is good for ANF. It's good for everybody. We're going to have all these movies to talk about, television shows, all these exciting things to go.
I don't think there's anything like this in the state of Georgia, and honestly, in the world, this is almost like the starting gun for a long marathon that we're getting ready to go through with NBC Universal, with Gray Television. And so what's exciting for me is really this is kind of like just the starting point.
Now let's go to Ella Dorsey to share why Assembly Studios is so unique.
On Assembly's main boulevard, you'll find buildings that will teleport you to different parts of the world.
Sometimes you need to have a shot in New Orleans. We have it. You need to have a shoot on the Upper East or Upper West Side or Brooklyn in New York. We've got it. You might need to have a shoot in Europe, in London, in Paris, in Barcelona, in Madrid, in Prague. We've got it. You might have to have something that's an industrial look, what we call Tribeca, with outside fire escapes, all the rest. In Chinatown, in Little Italy, we have all of that on the Grand Boulevard at Assembly. But we've taken what's known in Hollywood as the back lot, brought it to the forelot. So it's out there, and it's not built of plywood. It's built of stone and brick, and it's working offices, and it's working production space for everything shot in the actual studios. But we have 300 feet of filmable facades that's real. You can actually go up there if you're going to be throwing beads out of New Orleans. There's a balcony.
Whether you're in the back lot or the front lot, you'll notice ponds. These bodies of water have more than one purpose.
It gives the appearance of a fountain, but the true purpose of the body of water or the area is a retaining pond, and then basically it collects the storm water or the rainwater in that area from certain areas of the job site.
The main difference between the two ponds is the one inside the studio triangle is intentionally there for filming opportunities. So there's access into the pond. There are stanchions around the pond in order to rig up a blue screen or a green screen. And again, you're inside the studio premises, so you have all the access to all those resources.
If you're shooting Jaws or Titanic or Waterworld or anything else that may come about in a water capacity, we've got the facility for it right here.
Fascinating facades and glass galore, Assembly Atlanta is a unique place. We invite you all to come and explore.
Seeing this lets you know anything is possible. Just dream it and it can come true.
Joining me right now, you saw him earlier, Justin Campbell. He is the Vice President of Studio Operations. And you and I, before this interview started, Assembly at night. Let's talk about that. It looks incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean the lights came on about 6 weeks ago, and I think this is a destination site, not only for filmmakers but for the general public, and that was very intentional. That this is Gray's TV's gift to the state of Georgia. I mean, backed by the film industry. I mean, this is for everybody.
When we come back, we'll learn about the social and economic impact Assembly Studios will have on the state of Georgia.
I thought about moving to LA, but since I'm from here and I love the city, I just wanted to be part of the growing industry here, especially with Assembly coming together, and it's just gonna be more jobs and more films.
There are more than 400 film and studio projects produced in Georgia each year, and Assembly Studios can meet that demand. This expansive complex will create thousands of jobs, provide opportunities for local talent, and support the surrounding communities.
We have a great tax incentive. We have a deep and very experienced crew base. We have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of sound stages like the one you're seeing here. We have ease of access of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. We have diverse locations. If you think about Georgia, I mean, we have mountains and coastlines and big cities and small towns. We have a temperate climate. I mean, no hurricanes. You can shoot pretty much year round.
All of these factors have fueled growth in Georgia, not only for the film industry, but for cities too.
We don't have any vacancies on our square, which is very, very big in terms of economic development.
And we've had over 150 productions, here in our community.
And that growth generates new business all across the state.
It just doesn't affect people in Atlanta. I'm sitting here in Dalton, Georgia, and it's been an incredible bonus for us to be able to work on all these movies. It's just bonus above our normal retail.
It's such a rewarding experience for us to get involved in something that basically really saved this business.
And support studio and soundstage expansion.
We are adding 8 new sound stages, a brand new office space, over 100,000 square feet of office space and vendor support space. We added 2 new mills. They're actually up and ready. So we're expanding quickly and rapidly and excited to take on new clients in 3rd or 4th quarter 2023.
We like to think of ourselves as the Michelin-starred restaurant that's a couple of blocks further than you might normally go, but then when you get there, you're going to realize why.
Continue to bring your productions here, and we're going to continue to expand, and that's why we have Cinema South Studios to be a part of that expansion.
Now the focus is on building up the next generation with hands-on experience.
I feel like I'm going to work in a sense, having that experience to be at a studio every day and just see everything that's going on, everything that's happening. I feel like it's a great opportunity.
I thought about moving to LA, but since I'm from here and I love the city, I just wanted to be part of the growing industry here, especially with assembly coming together, and it's just going to be more jobs and more films.
And celebrating different cultures with a variety of film festivals.
Georgia has become such a strong melting pot where you never know who you're going to meet.
In Atlanta, it's very important to have new generations to be educated about all kinds of departments. Makeup, special effects, catering, construction of sets, acting, producing, editing, it's a whole industry. That's why we need to open opportunities for new generations of Hispanics to learn these amazing skills.
The Atlanta Jewish Film Festival is a celebration of great international film. These are universal stories, all kinds of genres represented, but told through a uniquely Jewish lens, and exploring the life of the Jewish community and the intersection of Jewish life with other communities.
With so much momentum, the future of film in Georgia is limitless.
It's just amazing to see what is going to happen here over the next year or two.
And there is so much more to come to Assembly Atlanta. Conference centers, restaurants. Yep. It's going to be a place where almost you can live and play and enjoy.
A boutique hotel, an amphitheater. I mean, people are going to come here just to spend the weekend, Monica. So not only is it going to be a place where movies are filmed, it's going to be a place where people enjoy their lives.
What's so exciting about tonight is a lot of people, obviously they've never stepped foot here at Assembly. What's going on in there right now?
Yeah, there's about 1,300 people in there now, and I think they're starting to appreciate the best kept secret in the film industry in Georgia right now as a state-of-the-art industry inside the perimeter, supported by NBC Universal.
Speaking of NBC Universal, I mean, to have a company like them come to Georgia, how big is that, and what else do you foresee us seeing down the line?
Oh, it's a cannon shot for the state. I mean, what better vindication do you need than an industry, one of the largest content creators in the world, been doing it for over a century, to recognize this state with the labor pool it has, the infrastructure it has, to say this is where we want to do business for a long period of time. I hope that's the standard in the coming years for other studios, and I think it's a sign of very good things to come here in Georgia.
We talked about the General Motors plant and how long it sat there, and it was kind of like an eyesore for a long time. But to have someone and have the vision, to transform it is mind-blowing.
I think Georgia is still a little big city. It's becoming quite the competitor, it's always been a hub. It's always had this innate kind of quality of where, just instinctively people want to come to Atlanta.
The future of the city not only depends on us, but the future of the nation, and I really believe that this nation follows the lead of Atlanta and Georgia.
I think Gray is a dynamic company in Atlanta, and the profile of them is only going to rise. They are embarking on such a unique opportunity. Very rarely do you see this kind of integration of studio, content, delivery of content, and distribution, all under one company. So I think Hilton deserves a huge amount of credit for his vision. It's absolutely awesome.
Atlanta has something for everyone in every walk of life. And it's one of the few cities you can go to and find that. From an entertainment standpoint, a business standpoint, Atlanta has become that city that's in the middle between LA and New York. The Little Apple, and it's the LA of the South. So it gives you a chance to thrive.
Let the dream be real, and let the show begin. We're gonna cut the ribbon. On the count of 3. Ready? 1. Y'all count with us. 2, 3.
This is an opening for Georgia, for the whole state. I mean, this isn't a Hollywood opening. This is a red carpet for the people of Atlanta, for the people of Georgia, and for everything that has been allowed to be created because of the way Georgia decided to make an investment in the film and entertainment business in the state. And so what I look forward to seeing happen is people coming out here and realizing, wow, we did this and we can do this. And I'm really excited about that. I think they're going to enjoy it.
This has been an amazing night. Thank you so much for joining me for the Assembly Studios Gala Special. I can't wait to see how this production space continues to push Georgia to the forefront of the film and television industry, creating endless possibilities. Assembly Studios is ready to show the world what we can do right here in Georgia.